Have you ever had a bully who just wouldn't leave you alone? Not just the usual teasing, I mean the kind of person who hunts down your insecurities like a bloodhound on a scent, and then pokes at them every single day, like it's their full-time job. Yeah. That was my life in high school. But this isn't your typical sad story about bullying. Nope. This is the story of how I flipped the entire script, and how my bully ended up destroying himself in front of the whole class, without me even lifting a finger at the end. So, buckle up. Grab your favorite drink. Because this is how I catfished my bully, and made him eat every single one of his own nasty words. Let me set the scene. I wasn't exactly the king of the school. Not a total loner either. I had a small crew of friends who were into video games, anime, and basically anything that didn't involve drama. I was the quiet kid. Not shy, just quiet. The kind of guy who'd rather lose himself in a book at lunch than shout over a table full of loud chatter. And in high school, that's like painting a giant target on your back. Enter Brad. Brad was the walking, talking cliché of every high school bully you've ever seen in a movie. Loud, obnoxious, always surrounded by his little pack of yes-men. He thought he was the hottest thing on campus because he could dribble a basketball and had a jawline that made half the girls swoon. But here's the kicker, Brad was as insecure as a cat in a room full of rocking chairs. I didn't know it then, but looking back, every joke he made at my expense was just him desperately trying to look cool. His favorite insult. Calling me lonely. Not creative. Not funny. Just lonely. Every single day. Walk into class. Hey lonely, find some friends yet? Sitting in the cafeteria. Careful guys, don't sit too close to lonely, you might catch it. One time, I was just walking down the hall and he shouted, "There goes lonely," like it was my actual name. It got old. Fast. For months, I tried to ignore it. Teachers shrugged it off, "Ignore him," they said. "He's just joking." But it chipped away at me. I could feel the laughter behind my back. Even my friends started pulling away, scared they'd become targets too. Then one day, after Brad dropped another lonely bomb during a group project, I went home and sat there, thinking. What if I stopped being the quiet kid for once? What if I gave him a taste of his own medicine? And that's when the idea hit me. The dumbest, pettiest, most perfect idea I've ever had. Now, I'm no hacker. I'm just a bored teenager with Wi-Fi and way too much time on my hands. So, I made a fake Instagram account. Classic, right? Step 1, profile picture. I didn't want to steal anyone's photos, so I scoured Pinterest and stock photo sites until I found a few pictures of a girl who looked casual but real. Not a model, just normal enough to fool a high school bully. Step 2, bio. Simple. Music lover, Netflix addict, iced coffee enthusiast. Nothing suspicious. Step 3, followers. I followed a bunch of meme pages, posted some filler content, and boom, fake girl account ready to roll. Then, I followed Brad. Hit that follow button, and guess what? Not even 10 minutes later, Brad followed me back. I stared at my phone, thinking, wow. That was fast. Then the likes started rolling in. 1, 2, 3. Within an hour, Brad had liked every single post on the fake account. My Instagram notifications were just his name, spamming hearts like a kid in a candy store. I laughed so hard I almost woke my parents. No way this guy is falling for this that fast. But oh, he was. That same night, I got the message. Hey. I stared at it for a solid minute. This was the same guy who spent every school day calling me lonely. Now here he was, trying to flirt with some random girl he'd never met. So I played along. Typed back, "Hey, what's up?" And just like that, the floodgates opened. Brad went from zero to Romeo in record time. Within a week, he was sending messages like, "You're so pretty, I can't believe you're single. We should hang out sometime, I could show you around. You're not like other girls, you actually get me." The funniest part? I was barely even trying. Half the time, I just respond with, "Haha, really? OMG, that's crazy." Or the classic, LOL. And he was eating it up. Then things got interesting. After a couple weeks of late-night chats, Brad started opening up. Like, really opening up. He told me about how he hated one of his best friends but still hung out with him because he had a car. Admitted he once cheated on a math test by sneaking a formula sheet into the bathroom. Even confessed he got rejected by a girl he really liked last year and was still salty about it. Then, came the big one. It was late, like midnight. Brad was in that oversharing mood people get when they're tired and feeling deep. He typed, "There's this kid at my school, I mess with him all the time. He's such a loser, always alone. Everyone laughs at him. Honestly, I don't even know why I do it, it's just funny." And then, as if he needed to spell it out, he actually typed my name. My name. I just sat there in bed, staring at my phone, feeling this weird mix of rage and satisfaction. Imagine someone bullying you every day, then straight up admitting it, to you, thinking you're someone else. That was the moment I knew. This wasn't just some silly prank anymore. This was gonna be legendary. Now that I had the golden evidence, literal screenshots of him bragging about bullying me, I started thinking bigger. How could I use this to completely flip the script? How could I take all his cocky messages and turn them into the ultimate revenge? Then, fate handed me the perfect opportunity. Our English teacher announced that instead of a boring essay, we'd do fun presentations at the end of the semester. The assignment? Create something humorous, creative, or entertaining to share with the class. Most kids planned meme slideshows or skits. Me? I already knew exactly what I was gonna present. So there I was, sitting in class while the teacher explained the project. Everyone groaned, but for me, it felt like the universe had just dropped a golden ticket in my lap. Create something funny. Make it entertaining. Show it to the whole class. Oh, I was about to make history. The idea hit me so hard I almost laughed out loud right then and there. A presentation, about the things people say online. And inside that presentation, screenshots. Brad's screenshots. But not just any screenshots. I wasn't about to just paste them on the screen like a boring PowerPoint of texts. No, no, no. I needed this to be theatrical. Something everyone would remember. I wanted the first half to seem like just another goofy presentation. That way, nobody, not even Brad, would suspect a thing. Then came the secret section. The piece de resistance. The reason I put more effort into this than any school project before. I created a few slides labeled Real DMs people actually sent. And on those slides, Brad's messages. Now, don't get me wrong, I wasn't stupid. I wasn't about to show his Instagram handle or the fake account's profile pic. That would have been obvious, and probably gotten me in trouble. So instead, I cleaned them up. No usernames. No profile icons. Just the text, in those familiar gray and blue bubbles. But here's the thing, Brad's texting style was so specific. He used certain emojis. He typed LOL at the end of every sentence. And he called himself B-Rad once, which literally no one else in the entire school did. So even without his name, everyone who knew him would instantly know it was him. I didn't just paste the screenshots either. I dressed them up. One slide said in big bold letters. Imagine bragging about this. Underneath. There's this kid at my school, I mess with him all the time. He's such a loser, always alone. Honestly, I don't even know why I do it, it's just funny. Another slide had a sarcastic caption at the bottom. Wow, what a legend. By the time I was done, the whole thing looked less like a school project and more like a roast. Meanwhile, while I was cooking up this masterpiece, Brad was still sliding into my DMs every night. He was getting way too comfortable. Started sending voice notes, pure comedy. Trying to sound smooth and deep-voiced while whispering, "So when can I see you?" I had to mute my phone because I nearly laughed so hard I woke my parents. He even started signing off messages with, "Good night, babe." Yes. Babe. To a stock photo girl from Pinterest. The irony was so thick I could have cut it with a knife. The guy who called me lonely every day was pouring his heart out to a fake girlfriend. And here's what really sealed the deal. One night, just a week before presentations, Brad sent me. "You know what's crazy? There's this loser kid at my school who's probably never even talked to a girl before. Meanwhile, I've got you." I swear, I almost fell off my chair laughing. He had no idea he was literally handing me the final nail in his own coffin. The night before the big day, I stayed up way too late polishing every slide. Added transitions. Funny sound effects. Even a dramatic zoom in on one of the DMs for emphasis. When I was done, I sat back and stared at the screen. This was it. Months of humiliation, flipped on its head. Tomorrow, lonely, was going to be the one laughing. And Brad? Brad was about to get a free ticket to the most embarrassing moment of his life. The next morning, I walked into school with my USB drive in my pocket like it was a weapon. Everyone else was stressing about whether their projects would be funny enough. Me? I wasn't nervous. I wasn't even excited. I was calm. Because I knew what was about to go down. I sat in my usual seat. Brad strolled past me, gave his classic smirk, and muttered. "Sup, lonely." If only he knew that lonely was about to drop the mic on him in less than an hour. Our English teacher rolled in with her giant mug of coffee and a stack of papers. She clapped her hands. "All right, everyone. Time for presentations. Who's ready to make us laugh today?" The class groaned, but there was a buzz of excitement too. One by one, kids went up. The first guy did a meme slideshow about cats knocking things over. The next girl did a skit about TikTok dances. It was all light, silly, exactly what you'd expect. Then, my name got called. I grabbed my USB, walked to the front, and plugged it in. My hands weren't shaking. My voice wasn't trembling. Inside, though, my heart was pounding. I kept thinking, this is it. Don't mess this up. I turned to the class and smiled. My project's called, Things People Should Never Say Online. A couple of kids chuckled. The teacher smiled. Brad didn't even look up from doodling on his paper. Perfect. The class laughed. People relaxed. It just seemed like another goofy presentation. On the screen, in bold letters, it read. But sometimes, people go too far. A screenshot of Brad's DM popped up. There's this kid at my school, I mess with him all the time. He's such a loser, always alone. Honestly, I don't even know why I do it, it's just funny. The room went silent for half a second. Then someone in the back snorted. Another kid whispered, "Oh my God." And then, boom. The whole class burst out laughing. Brad froze. I swear, I could feel the exact moment it hit him. The way he sat up straight. The way his face turned red, then pale, then red again. He knew. He knew everyone knew it was him. The teacher raised an eyebrow but didn't say anything. I clicked again. Good night, babe. The caption underneath read. To a girl who doesn't exist. The class lost it. People were crying with laughter. Someone actually clapped. Even the teacher had to turn around for a second to hide her smile. And then, the last slide. You know what's crazy? There's this loser kid at my school who's probably never even talked to a girl before. Meanwhile, I've got you. I let it sit there. No caption. No joke. Just silence for a moment. Then I looked up from the screen, straight at Brad. He was sinking lower and lower into his chair, trying to hide his face behind his notebook. The class erupted again. Somebody shouted, "Yo, that's Brad." And the whole room exploded with laughter. I closed the slideshow, turned back to the class, and said calmly, "And that's why you should be careful what you say online." The teacher cleared her throat, clearly trying to stay professional. Well. That was, definitely memorable. Good job. And just like that, I walked back to my seat. The laughter still echoing. Brad sitting there, red as a tomato, not saying a single word. For the rest of the class, Brad didn't make a sound. No jokes. No insults. Nothing. When the bell rang, he bolted out the door faster than I'd ever seen him move. Word spread like wildfire. By lunch, half the school had heard the story. Brad got catfished. Brad confessed to bullying. Brad called himself B-Rad to a fake girl. It was everywhere. After the presentation, I walked to lunch like nothing had happened. The hallway was buzzing. Kids whispering. Some laughing. Some giving me thumbs up. I could hear bits and pieces of people repeating lines from the slideshow, especially Brad's infamous, "Good night, babe." Brad was nowhere to be seen. His usual cocky stride had completely disappeared. Even his pack of friends seemed nervous around him, stealing glances at me as if I'd just leveled up to some untouchable status. Over the next few days, the story spread like wildfire. Did you see Brad's DMs? Did he seriously call himself that? LOL, he got roasted so hard. Teachers tried to keep things professional, but the tension in the hallways was palpable. Brad tried to act normal, but it was impossible. Every time someone saw him, they snickered or whispered. Even kids who didn't know me personally knew what had happened. He stopped picking on me entirely. Not one insult. Not one lonely joke. It was like a switch had been flipped. The best part? His friends started teasing him too. "Oh man, B-Rad got played hard. Didn't know you were into catfishing." He couldn't defend himself, I had all the receipts. Even if he tried to deny it, his own messages were out there. It was poetic justice. Brad learned, in the most public way possible, that calling someone lonely every day could backfire spectacularly. Looking back now, I know some people might call this petty or extreme. But here's the thing. I didn't humiliate him physically. I didn't hurt anyone. All I did was take the words he used to hurt me and mirror them back, amplified. It felt good, not just because he got embarrassed, but because it was fair. I didn't lie about him to anyone else. I didn't cheat him out of anything. I just let him expose himself. And honestly, that's the best revenge of all. So, if there's a moral here, it's simple. Don't underestimate the quiet kid. Don't use words to hurt people, because words have a way of coming back. And sometimes, the most satisfying revenge isn't violence or confrontation. It's cleverness. Brad never called me lonely again. He never tried to mess with me. And I walked out of high school knowing that even the biggest bullies can get their own medicine, if you play it smart. So what do you guys think? Was I too petty? Or was this the perfect revenge? Comment down below with your own bully revenge stories, I'd love to read them. If you enjoyed this story, hit that like button, subscribe for more Reddit-style pro revenge stories, and don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss a saga like this. And remember, Sometimes the quietest kid in the room is the smartest one too.